because you were my first Westfield mate. Special friend. We both lived in Britain at the time, I remember. You found me, I don't know how, but you invited me on the Blats over the North Yorkshire Roads to Whitby. You and Stevie Smith. You had quite a well-prepared Nissan Turbo car, I recall. Stevie Smith had a well-turned-out 2-litre Vauxhall. And I just bought a nice little Pinto powered car. By Christ, did I have to pedal to keep up. But you made me do it. You formed Cat Motorsport between you and became one of the first Speed Series sponsors, didn't you? You did. And I was in Class B at that time. I just started being stupid. And I became a test pilot. I remember he and Steve Smith used to come up on a Thursday night, on the Friday before we'd set off to the Speed Series event, and say, we're just going to put this white track on, Steve, or we're just going to put these calipers on, Steve. Alright mate, you get off and let us know Monday how you've got on. I thought it was great, but afterwards I thought, it's a bit dodgy, isn't it? But I tell you, nothing ever broke, and it only improved my performance. We had a real crack. I used to say to Andy, come on Andy, when are you going to do the Speed Series? He said, nah, I haven't got the balls. You didn't you? That's just what you said. And eventually he did. In 2005, he chose his weapon, he bought a bike engine car, and went to the last event of the year, Cadwell, and you won the class. Yeah. And you were awarded one for the future that year. In 2006, you came third in class, which was a great achievement. Only behind the Hussies, I might add. Not in a Westfield. Boy, have they paid for it. But at the end of that year, you were awarded the Development Award, which I think a lot of people have forgotten now, but you were awarded the Development Award at the end of 2006, the Hokey Cokey Clutch Award. We'll talk about it later in the barrier, because it's a great story. Your motorhome acquisition this year has been a cracker. It's been a real crack. And, you know, excuse me turning you back on, Andy, but I've got something here. You know, you've always taken a great part in proceedings in Speed Series, but also in your social life. And I remember going to your 10th wedding anniversary. And I've been asked by Simon to remind you of that. The first one is the Humper Lumper Award, which is how the party was themed. And that was a great do. So the first award is the Humper Lumper Award. Yeah. So look at him now. Look at him now. He's in Motorsport News. Westfield Sports Car Club is in Motorsport News. When I picked up the PR's job in 1900 and frozen to death, Mark said to me, if you get to Motorsport News, boy, I'll buy you a case of champagne. I imagine, yeah? But to my right, there's other people got us in there. And well done to them as well. But Andy, this is what it's all about. You've won. You are the overall champion in 2007. And will everybody stand up and cheer him as he comes to get his award?
T-shirt. On this side it says Champion Andy Rushworth, Track God Cat. And on this side it says champion, honorary member from Bringley, Andy Rushworth, moped powered champ.
Speech.
Well, you asked for it. Oh, I've lost it. No, it's the other. Right.
Took it away, haven't they?
I am receiving this award with a variety of different emotions. Obviously, I'm excited to have won the overall ones, but I am also very, very humbled. But if I'm not standing in, or following in the footsteps of Speed Series giants, I'm at the very least standing in the footsteps of many, many people I respect and admire.
Come on, lad.
I cannot help but be in awe for all the people that have won this award before me. I cannot help but think there's very, very little, if anything at all, to separate me from so many other equally deserving drivers. Last year, I was fortunate enough to beat some very, very special opponents, some more special than others. Stuart. Last year, I was the lucky one, but it could have so easily been somebody else's turn to make this awful speech. In some ways, I know I would not be here for all the people that I competed with. Initially, I did not compete to beat anyone. I competed to take part, to be a part of the Speed Series. The Speed Series that where everyone is your friend, where everyone is ready to lend a hand, even if they may forfeit a winning place by doing so. We've already spoke about this earlier. Thoresby Park, first day of the double header, when a piece of my clutch basket decided to make, in a bid for freedom, to punch a hole through the engine's top crankcase. I thought the weekend was over for me, but soon the car was swamped by other Speed Series drivers, all offering advice, support and assurances that if we could get a spare part, the car would be ready and fixed for the following day's event. Matthew Turner very kindly offered that spare part. The only problem was it was still inside his spare engine, which was on his workshop floor in Skipton, 170 miles round trip. We set off around 4:30 to get it. While we were away, we received a phone call from Mark Labour. Seemingly, the guys that we'd left behind had decided to set to and get the car ready to accept the new part. They drained the oil, they stripped the clutch out, they drained the oil, they stripped the stump off to find the offending bit of clutch basket, which eventually they did. It had already been sucked up and it was inside the pickup pipe. They then fixed the hole in the engine with Araldite, cleaned, sealed and refit the sump. All that was left for me to do the following morning was refit the clutch, and that's only a 30-minute job in a bike engine. Alright, 35 if you had a beer or two. Anyway, we finally got back to Thoresby around 10:30 to find dinner waiting for us thanks to Barbara and the Stanton's hospitality bus. I know there are many, many more tales of Speed Series competitors rolling up their sleeve and getting stuck in to help another. This truly is the spirit of the Speed Series and one of the main reasons why I compete in it. Now, I would like to thank all my other fellow competitors for making last year such an enjoyable one. I'd like to thank my wife Elaine for being so very understanding. I'd like to thank all the lads from Yorkshire for putting in a good effort against that lot over there. I'd like to thank
Derby and
No.
both counties.
both counties.
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Amplitude AV, Acorn Marquees, Triple S Powder Coating, and of course, Cat Motorsport. And finally, and I'm sure you're all saying thank God, finally, I think we would all like to thank the Speed Series organising team, the marshals, and all the other many people behind the scenes, for without their help and without their hard work, none of this would ever happen.